All right. Ready, Fritz?
Yeah, always.
All right. You are watching Everything Costa Rica. I'm Tony. Today we are in southern part on the Pacific coast of Costa Rica, and I'm here at the Paradise Lodge Resort with Fritz. Fritz, thank you so much for having us here.
You're welcome.
It is absolutely spectacular here. I've had so much fun in my time that I've been here. My second time now. Yeah, so I've really got to explore. Let's start out with just sharing a bit about you and how you found this beautiful place. So where are you from, Fritz?
I'm from Austria.
Okay.
And we were on vacation in 2017.
Right.
Me, my wife, a couple of friends.
Uh-huh.
One guy who decided to move to Costa Rica, and he knew a bit of the country, and he said he will show us around.
Right.
Take us to some
One
places.
of your buddies from Austria knew his way around. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And one afternoon we were at the beach down here.
Yeah.
And he asked us if we wanted to see some properties.
Yeah.
And first we said no, because we are just on vacation.
Vacation?
And
We're not going to buy anything?
No,
Yeah.
not looking for nothing to buy.
Okay.
At the end, we decided to spend like 1-2 hours cruising around and checking the properties, because he already had the appointment, you know, with the...
It's a classic move right there. I already have appointments, just come with me. Yeah. Okay, cool.
And then we saw this property here.
Yeah.
The owner, German guy, he urgently needed to sell.
Okay.
He needed the money.
Yeah.
None of us had the money. We
Right.
said we can't afford it. But then we talked a bit and we said if we three put together all we have, then we could do it.
Yeah.
And that's
what happened.
We went home as property owners.
Yeah. So did you came here for the first time, and then before you left the first time you bought it?
Actually, we agreed to buy it.
Okay.
But it was a bit of tough work to do. We needed to found a company.
Yeah, a little bit. I want to talk about that for sure. So a
Okay.
little bit of the process of buying a resort in Costa Rica as an expat from a foreign country. So what was that part of the deal like to acquire this resort?
It can be very easy, because if you are just one person, you can buy a property.
Okay.
And the books and everything are similar to what we are used to in Europe.
Okay.
But we, as we are three owners, 2 of them wanted to buy it with their Austrian company and not as a private person.
Okay.
Therefore, we needed to found a company before.
An
in
SAA,
Costa
a
Rica.
corporation here in
Yes.
Costa Rica.
Yes.
And how hard was that? How did you go about that?
Also, you can do it. You need a little patience.
Yeah.
But with the right people,
Uh-huh.
at the end was no problem. It took, of course, more time than it takes in Europe.
Yeah. So then once you got your essay set up, and then everybody could buy it from however they wanted to buy it, whether it was through their corporation or through your personal name, right?
Yes.
So 3 of you guys, friends, bought this
Yes.
resort.
Yes.
All right. And then how did you get into managing it and that sort of stuff? I don't want to dive too much into the business of it, because it's such a beautiful place to come, but I'm very interested in it, and I know some of the viewers are too.
Yes.
So
Yeah. The one guy who showed us around, he wanted to move to Costa Rica, as I said before.
Right.
And he needed a job, and he was the one. He told us, if you buy it, I have no money to put in, but I'd be the one taking care of it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he managed it for a while, and then
Yes.
now you guys are going through building your own management team, and everything's really,
That's right.
really growing. And so when you bought this place, a beautiful big villa here with 4 rooms, 5 rooms?
No, 6.
6 rooms, so 6
6
rooms, and it sleeps how many people in the big room, the big villa here?
Like 12 or 14 if it's with small kids.
Yeah, okay, so 12 or 14 in this, and then it had, what are the other buildings that were here when you originally purchased it?
There was one wooden bungalow. It's like a tree house built on stilts.
Yes, one of my favorites, for
this,
sure.
This was the one he rented out, also as a source of income, the previous owner.
Okay.
And then a smaller, also round bungalow, where he did his treatments. He was like a massage therapist. And we changed this building also into a bungalow for renting out for it sleeps 2.
Yeah, the Romantica room.
Casa Romantica. We needed to build a bathroom and an outdoor kitchen.
And it's fantastic. So Gabriel and I had the opportunity of spending 3 nights 3 nights in Casa Romantica.
Yeah.
It's a huge bed, so we were able to have our own territories on that bed. But it has a beautiful kitchen. It's totally equipped. There was even coffee.
Of course.
Of course, but I'm not used to that, of course. It was like, wow, there's coffee in here and everything. So the kitchen's fully equipped. The bathroom is fantastic, hot water. Yeah, just a beautiful setup. And then when you walk out that door, it's like, boom, you're in the jungle. It's, yeah, pretty special place for sure. So those were here, and then, you know, we'll be talking about for sure all the stuff to do around here because the location is what makes this place so special. If you get the right tips, like if you just came here and didn't ask you where to go, I wouldn't have known about all these amazing different trails to go on. You know, there's the big ones which are obvious, but there's the gems in between. So just before we talk about that, let's talk about what you've added to this resort since you've been here.
Well, we added new buildings,
right?
With a new pool. Because we thought once we have the team here taking care of everything, gardener and cleaning lady and the management team, you have that specific cost, and if you can split that cost with more units,
right?
Then it makes sense. Then we can reach the break even finally,
right?
And that's where we are about to.
It's packed, man. It's been like, it's so cool to watch it, and you know, whenever you go on booking.com and you see how many nights it's booked out, it's just amazing, man. I'm so stoked for you. Yeah, it's fantastic.
We're also very, very glad because we started 3 months ago to rent it out, and of course we didn't know.
Nobody knows. You can't know. You think you know.
But the feedback is fantastic.
Yeah.
And we are very glad we did it.
Yeah. And the layout down there is so like just efficient. You know, it's very. The management of it seems pretty fluent. You know, there's nothing challenging. Everything's got its spot, and beautiful breakfast place down there. You guys serve breakfasts?
Yes, with the 4 units next to the rancho, we also built completely new.
Right.
And there we serve breakfast. For our clients.
Which I've had. It's delicious. Fantastic. All right, so let's talk about a few of the spots and what to expect when you come to the Paradise Lodge Resort. So I've checked in. What would you suggest that I do? Give me a couple of the top must-dos.
You know, most of the people, they come here because they want to visit the famous Naucaya waterfall, which is one of Costa Rica's most famous places to visit.
Right.
And then they find our place and ask us what else can they do around, because there's not a lot known about the area, with the exception of this one waterfall.
Yeah, when you go on Google Maps, you see like the waterfall, and it's so well, the tourism here in Costa Rica is so well put together. Like they have an office there where you pay your tax to go on the walk. You can either go on horses, which they have already. You can go on these 4x4 vehicles where you get on the back. You can do the ATVs. There's so many different options, or have a guide take you. And the paths are all beautiful. I mean, it's safe. There's walkways with everything, picnic areas. So it's really well packaged, that waterfall. And it was beautiful. You know, it was like, wow, this is amazing. But then you took me on a few other ones, which have been way more amazing, in my opinion, because I was by myself.
No, it's a great place to see. Naucaya is a must-do if
you got to do it, of course. For sure.
But you most probably will have a lot of other people with whom you need to share the place.
Totally.
Because it's so famous.
Yeah.
And we are in the Diamante Valley here, and there are a lot of mountains around, and from these mountains there are a lot of rivers flowing down with a lot of waterfalls. So we are in the middle of many waterfalls.
So let's talk about the one we did with Cisa, right?
Yeah.
What was that one about? Where it's located close to the other, so
it's like in our neighborhood. It's a 10-15 minutes drive to his farm where he starts his tours. You can either walk on your own there, because the paths where you can walk, they are very well signed out, and you can't get lost there.
The signs are so good, but they were so good, and they're right in front of me. You know, it's like he said, take 1, then 2, then 3. First thing I did was I took 4. And then everybody else took the sign, and I caught up with them. And then again, I did the wrong one. But if you're good at reading signs, or if you just look at signs, it's perfect.
You can't get lost normally.
You can't, no. But if you're like me, I get lost quite often, which is kind of how I wound up here. But anyways, so there's that one, and with that, you got a ton of waterfalls to see.
Yes, a lot of paths where you can explore a lot of wildlife.
Yep.
Or if you decide to not want to walk, you can even go by truck.
Right.
Which is like a big 5 safari in South Africa. They have these amazing, very comfortable seats on the back of the truck, and they take you up to the mountain ridge where you have a 180-degree view to the ocean.
Yeah.
And they serve like coconut there or a little snack. And
and then they even do that with the night hike and dinner.
Yes.
All sorts of stuff there. So that's one, and it's phenomenal. A+.
Yes.
And then what's the next one? There's one just up in Platinio is the town we're in? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just past the Platinio center, there's another one there, right?
La Ceiba.
La Ceiba?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that one.
It's also with the same options.
Okay.
No, there is no safari truck to take you around.
Yeah, right.
But you could enter this property by quad bike or just go there by car and walk.
Yeah.
There is a river with some nice waterfalls where you can jump into pools or just relax.
It's
and
so
cool
nice that because the water, it's just so fresh because it's always moving, and you're like, it's fantastic. Yeah, I love it.
And they have a nice small restaurant where they serve typical Tico food.
Okay.
Very good at a very favorable price.
Right.
So, yeah.
They call those restaurants sodas here,
Yeah.
right? Sodas? Yeah, fantastic. So I was just thinking there's actually another waterfall before you get to that one. Right at the Ferreteria, right? Right here.
The Ecochontares.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. The size is nearly the same like the Naucaya, because La Ceiba is a bit smaller.
Okay.
Also fantastic. There's also a restaurant down there, and it's...
So there's
reoccurring
themes here.
Amazing.
There's amazing waterfalls with restaurants.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
Yes,
and then there's great views and
natural slides and so many things to do there.
Totally. Yeah. And then in Platinio and the town above that, what's that called?
Tinamaste.
Tinamaste. They have a farmer's market there.
Yes.
Do you know the days?
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. So I drove by the other day, and there was probably 100 cars, man, on the road, all over, everywhere. And it's just expats from all over coming to this farmer's market.
Yes, also locals, of course.
Yeah?
They share the place, and they bring their organic grown fruit and things.
Yeah.
And some make their own bread they sell, or like art.
Yeah, art, candles,
signs,
the whole
everything.
thing. Yeah, they got it all.
Spices.
Yeah. So that's a pretty cool thing to do too while you're here. Then restaurants and sodas all the way along. Ones with the crazy views, the one you took me to where we got the Guanabana.
One of the healthiest fruits in the world.
Fantastic drink, yeah. I've had so many of those now, and I still can't say it.
They serve it everywhere.
Yeah. So plenty to eat around here, plenty to swim in, the waterfalls. What else is there? Is there another thing that you'd like to mention?
Of course, the beaches. We have the fantastic Pacific beaches where you hardly will find any other tourists. You know, we've been there with you.
Yeah.
With the exception of the weekends, because the Ticos know this.
How beautiful
beaches,
it is. They want to get some of that.
But the tourists, they don't know so far because it's not mentioned in the tourist guides. And there is no sign pointing towards the beach. So most of the time, most probably you will be on your own.
Yeah, we went to Playa Linda, right?
Yeah.
Playa Linda. Okay, if there was a playa like that in California, it would have like the Hollywood sign, like it's right over here. It was like there's like a little sign on the tree or something, and then you drove down this dirt, and it unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like forever, just palm trees and beautiful, beautiful beach. So there's that Playa Linda. There's Dominical right down the street. That's amazing. There's restaurants and bars and a brewery and
surfer hotspot. There's
surfing. There's a break there where everybody likes to surf. Scuba diving there, and then if you go the other way, you go into San Isidro, which is like kind of city living, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have everything
it's a city.
there.
You have everything you need there, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a Walmart there.
Walmart, and you have all clinics, doctors, manicure, pedicure, or massage.
Right.
Whatever you need.
Yeah.
All the shops.
So what's the best way for somebody to get a hold of Paradise Lodge here and book a night here? Is it your website or is it booking.com, or what do you like?
It depends on the people's choice.
Yeah.
Some only want to book through booking.com.
Yeah.
but of course the better rates would be to book directly with us.
Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put all of the freaking links in there in the bottom of this post.
Perfect, thank you.
This will be out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything out there. Cool. We'll share it with all of ours and share it to all the groups we can. If you wouldn't mind sharing this, that would help us out. We want everybody in Costa Rica to know about what's going on here at the Paradise Lodge, and especially if there's people back in wherever your home might be, share, because it's definitely a destination worth coming to if you're going to come to Costa Rica. All right?
Of course.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Fritz. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Tony.
As we say in Costa Rica, I almost said, adios, nos vemos. That's Nicaragua. Here in Costa Rica,
pura vida.
Excellent.